The 2024 NBA draft is in the books, and it's time to give out some NBA draft grades for the Miami Heat as we turn our heads to UDFAs and NBA free agency getting underway on Sunday afternoon. The Heat made 2 picks as they only had 2 selections. We'll talk about a trade they made when we talk about Pelle Larsson, but these were the 2 picks that Miami made. Kelel Ware, the center from Indiana, at pick number 15, and then Pelle Larsson, the wing/guard from Arizona, with the 44th overall selection. If you remember, Miami originally held the 43rd pick. Before I give you my draft grade, I want to know what your draft is. This is not specific picks of Pelle Larsson or Kelel Ware. This is for the entire draft, and you can take into account who the Heat passed up at pick 15, who they passed up at 43 when they traded back 1 spot to 44. Grade the Miami Heat's draft A, B, C, D, or F. My Miami Heat draft grade, B+. And if you watched our draft grades video after night 1, I graded the pick of Kelel Ware with everything circulating the team at a B+ as well. And I would have given it an A- or an A if it was Dalton Connect, but Kelel Ware is a good pick, and he is joining the Heat, and I am happy that they added a guy who is that athletic and has that size profile and potential to space the floor alongside Bam Adebayo at that size. And then Larsson, my initial reaction to Larsson was a little bit of a disappointment because I liked some of other players on the board at the time, and I brought my grade down to a B if you were watching on our live show or our NBA draft grades. But then after doing some scouting and even more thinking about what he can do as a member of the Heat, I brought it back up to a B+ because the Heat, like Larsson, he can shoot the piss out of the ball, which we'll talk about later, and he can actually defend much better than I thought. But let's start and really talk more in depth about the Heat's first pick in this NBA draft, which was Kelel Ware, the center from Indiana. He comes in at 7 feet tall, basically, 7'4.5" wingspan. The length is incredible, and they got good value on my big board. He was the 3rd big man overall behind Alex Sarr and Donovan Clingan, and the 14th overall prospect, and the Heat obviously picked him at 15. He also has good size to him in terms of strength and weight at 230, but I would like to see that go up to 240, 245, and hopefully he can put on 10, 15 pounds of muscle during his first offseason and rookie season of the Miami Heat. But the numbers are going to be telling you that this is someone you should be excited for, and you should. He averaged 16 points and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks for Indiana a year ago, while shooting 58.6% from the field and 42.5% from beyond the arc. Now, he did only shoot 1.3 three-pointers a game, but it was 17 of 40 on the year, so the capability to space the floor is there, and the upside to play him alongside Bam long-term is also something that makes me very intrigued by Kelel Ware. I comped him to a Miles Turner-type player, which makes me very excited because I've always been someone that thought Miles Turner, if the Heat wanted to add more size alongside Bam, that would be the type of guy that I would go after. He's got good versatility, good athlete. He is going to create, if he's able to prove himself to be an NBA level defender and he continues to be good for, at least in terms of shot blocking, he will be one of the best rim protectors in the NBA and create one of the best, if not the best, defensive front court with Bam Adebayo. Because Bam's already top 1 or top 2 in the NBA defensively, and you add in someone like Ware who can rim protect but also switch out to guard 3 through 5 potentially, and he not has to play drop coverage, and he could play in a switch style defense, which Miami likes. Like, the defensive versatility Eric Spoelstra is going to be able to implore is going to be unbelievable. It's a question to see if he's going to be able to impact the Heat in year 1. That is the biggest question, but I think he'll be at worst a backup center for Bam this season and then hopefully be the starting center alongside Adebayo moving forward after the first season with the Miami Heat. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because you might be excited to see these rookies in action for the Heat, and they'll do that initially in the California Classic as well as NBA Summer League in mid-July. We're going to be live for every Heat Summer League game, having a blast, reacting, and having a party. So subscribe to the channel and get the first look of these Heat rookies and UDFAs with us here live. All right, as we talk about Pelle Larsson in the second-round pick, it's time to address the first thing. It's that the Heat traded back. They originally owned the 43rd pick, and they moved one spot back with rival Atlanta Hawks in the division. They got cash considerations, so they did not get any assets to actually help this team futuristically. They just got cash, which, where does that go? Doesn't help you with cap space, doesn't help you sign people, so what does it fucking do? I don't know. It goes to the owner's pockets, Mickey Arison. Cheap. I was going to say a word, can't say it, won't say it. Nikola Duricic was the pick at 43, who a lot of Heat fans wanted to take, me included. Anyway, Pelle Larsson was the guy at 44 who they ended up taking. And originally I was upset, as I also wanted Duricic. And there was other guys like Jamal Shed, Keyshawn Johnson, which as of filming, he's the only UDFA the Heat have, which we'll have a video breaking down tomorrow. And I'm very excited about Keyshawn Johnson. But that's a different video for a different day. But let's talk Larsson, because he's 6'5", he's got 6'7.5" wingspan, so he's got a +2 wingspan. He's very, very good. Older prospect, but like I said, he can shoot the piss out of the ball. 4-year collegiate player, all in the Pac-12. First was at Utah, last 3 were at Arizona. 4.1 rebounds a game, 3.7 assists. So he does it all, and he's just not a scorer. He's just not a shooter, which is something that I like. And you see that bottom number on your screen, though. 42.6% from 3 is just absolutely fantastic. And some of the shots he were making wasn't just all catch and shoot. He did it off some step backs. He did it off some moving. And something that I really liked that I saw, and Kevin O'Connor agreed with me from The Ringer, is that he also is a pretty solid finisher. He's not going to be this otherworldly finisher around the rim and amongst the trees, but he leverages his shooting into allowing himself to get inside the three-point area and have people crash inside, and then he kicks it out where he gets those 3.7 assists a game. But he also is able to cut back door and play off ball, and he's got the length and athletic and verticality, whereas a 38-inch vertical, to finish at the rim. Like, I actually really liked what I saw as I watched more Larsson in between reacting to the pick live and this video coming out. Kevin O'Connor agrees with me. Knockdown shooter off the catch, especially when he's left wide open. So he could feast playing alongside star-level talent. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. He's one of the best in the draft at using pump fakes to attack closeouts and then scoring on aggressive downhill attacks and pull-up jumpers. He's a capable passer in those situations too. Like, I do like the pick of Larsson, and I actually think something that was underrated in my first reaction in the 8-minute video I did reacting to the pick initially, and I talked about, we'll see how he is defensively. I actually think he's a average to above average defender. And here is something that I'm going to keep my eyes on for, and it might create a conversation that we'll talk about in a different video. But Pelle Larsson, I mentioned it during the pick cut, and I wasn't sold on this idea, but after seeing it now, I kind of might be all in. Larsson could be a Duncan Robinson replacement. And it's crazy to say that because are we really trusting the 44th pick to give you the production that Duncan gave you? Well, when you factor in potentially shedding Duncan's $18 million, $19 million salary, if you're able to send that out and just as to a team to absorb that salary, you save that much money. And can Larsson give you production that is deemed worth $19 million less? I think he might be able to. And that's kind of why I'm a little bit more intrigued to see where Pat Riley goes with this roster construction. I think Larsson could be a Duncan replacement. Now, will he be as effective right away? No, but year 2, maybe he could, and you're not having to pay Duncan $38 million over the next 2 seasons. All right, rounding out today's video, final grade, final topic, B+. Tomorrow, we are going to have a video on all of the undrafted free agents the Heat signed to Summer League deals, to Exhibit 10 contracts, to actual two-way deals. Like, we'll have it all. There already is one in, Keyshawn Johnson from Arizona on a two-way deal, which I really like. Keyshawn's really good. I would have been happy with that pick at 43, so to get him as a UDFA makes me very happy. There's a little teaser, but come back tomorrow, and that's why you need to be subscribed, because we're going to drop a video either early afternoon or late afternoon, depends on when they come in through the wire here. But either way, we'll have you tomorrow with the updated UDFA list for Miami. 2 draft picks, Kelel Ware, Pelle Larsson. I like them. Can't wait to see them in Summer League. Hit that sub button so you never miss a piece of news on the Miami Heat.